Hey, you ever just stop and look up? I mean, really look up on a clear night, away from the city lights. You see that vast, silent ocean of stars, and you can't help but wonder, is anyone out there looking back? For one incredible, fleeting moment in 1977, we might have gotten an answer, or at least, a signal that has haunted astronomers and dreamers ever since. Hey, welcome back. I'm Ibnul J. Farabi, and this is the Unexplained Archive. Tonight, we're diving into one of the most tantalizing, enduring mysteries in the search for cosmic company, the WOW signal, a one-time message from deep space that lasted just 72 seconds and then vanished without a trace. It all starts with a humble, yet ambitious project called the Big Ear Radio Telescope at Ohio State University. This wasn't a sleek, modern dish. It was a massive, stationary array, a giant ear listening to the sky as the Earth rotated. Its job was to scan the heavens for any signal that stood out from the natural cosmic static, as part of the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI. Night after night, it collected reams of data printed out on long, continuous sheets of paper, columns of letters and numbers representing signal strength. And most nights, it was just noise. Until August 15, 1977. A few days later, a volunteer researcher named Jerry Emin was going through the printouts. He saw what he always saw, columns of alphanumeric code, where 1 to 9 and then AZ represented increasing signal intensity. Usually, it was just ones and twos, the background murmur of the universe. But then, his eye caught something that made him freeze. In a sequence from the constellation Sagittarius, he saw 6 EQUJ5, a massive narrowband spike. This wasn't random. It was exactly the kind of signal they were looking for, a strong, focused radio blast at the specific frequency of 1,420 MHz, the natural emission frequency of hydrogen, the most common element in the universe. A logical calling card. Stunned, Jerry Emin grabbed a red pen, circled the sequence, and wrote beside it, simply, WOW. The name stuck. The WOW signal. Now, let's break down why this was so electrifying. First, its intensity. That sequence, 6 EQUJ5, the U represented a signal strength 30 times louder than the cosmic background noise. A huge spike. Second, its shape. As the Earth's rotation swept the Big Ear's field of view across the sky, the signal did exactly what a distant, fixed-point source should do. It rose in intensity to a peak and then fell away. A perfect 72-second bell curve. This told astronomers it wasn't local interference from, say, a passing airplane or a satellite. It came from a specific point in space. And third, that frequency, 1,420 MHz, is a protected band, reserved for astronomical research. Human-made transmissions are forbidden there. So what was it? The immediate, thrilling possibility was that it was artificial, a beacon, a message, or perhaps just an interstellar lighthouse, sweeping past our solar system without even knowing we were here. The search for a repeat began immediately, and it never stopped. Astronomers pointed every telescope they could, over decades, back at that same spot. They listened for hundreds of hours. The result? Absolute, profound silence. The WOW signal never repeated, not once. Which leads us to the great debate. What could it have been if not ET? The leading natural explanation points to comets. In 2016, an astronomer proposed that the signal might have been caused by hydrogen clouds surrounding two comets that happened to be passing through that exact region of Sagittarius at that exact time. It was a compelling idea, except for one huge problem. Those comets weren't known in 1977. Their orbits weren't published until after the WOW signal was detected. Jerry Emin himself pointed out the Big Ear telescope, by its design, would have filtered out the diffuse signal from a comet's hydrogen cloud. The comet theory, for many, just doesn't hold up. Other ideas? A bizarre, one-off astrophysical event we don't yet understand? Or the less comfortable option, a human-made signal that was reflected off a piece of space debris back to Earth? But the specific frequency and the perfect shape make that seem incredibly unlikely, almost as unlikely as aliens. Here's where I sit with it, personally. I'm an engineer by training. I deal in systems, in logic, in repeatable results. The scientist in me knows that an unrepeatable event is an anomaly, not data. But the storyteller in me, The part that stayed up late in Dhaka as a kid reading science fiction, that part is captivated. Because sometimes the universe doesn't give us neat, repeatable data. Sometimes it gives us a whisper, a single, enigmatic postcard from the void that says, something incredible is possible. Think about the sheer cosmic scale of that moment. A signal travels for who knows how many light years. For hundreds, thousands, maybe millions of years, it moves through the absolute cold and silence. It passes by countless stars. And then, for one perfect 72-second window, it intersects with a small, blue planet. It hits a specific arrangement of metal and wire built by a species curious enough to listen. It gets printed on a piece of paper where a man sees it and, in a flash of human awe, scribbles "wow" next to it. And then it's gone. The universe returned to its silent broadcast. It feels less like a message and more like a cosmic coincidence of staggering proportions. A flashbulb going off in a dark room. And by the time our eyes adjust, we're left wondering if we ever really saw it at all. That's the legacy of the wow signal. It's not proof, but it is possibility crystallized. It's the reason we keep building bigger telescopes and developing more sensitive algorithms. It's the reason we beam our own messages out there and scan the noise with patient hope. It's a reminder that our search is not foolish. It's a fundamental human question, echoed back to us in a 72-second burst of static. So the next time you find yourself under a clear night sky, remember the big year. Remember Jerry Emmon and his red pen. And remember that in the grand, quiet narrative of the cosmos, we once received a single punctuation mark, an exclamation point from the dark. And all we could say in reply was, wow. If you enjoyed this journey into a cosmic mystery, please help others discover these stories. Share this episode, subscribe to the Unexplained Archive wherever you get your podcasts. And for more from me, Ibnul J. Farabi, and the team, visit our home at Light Not Studios. https://www.lightnotstudios.com. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, keep looking up.